Hi, hello. Welcome to the episode of Isaiah's Newsstand. It's your host, Isaiah Edwards. The date is January the 20th, 2025. Hopefully this episode finds you well, in good spirits, and high hopes. As for me, I'm doing pretty good. Hopefully you got that lasagna. Happy Monday to ya. Hopefully it was very Garfield. I know, though, for a lot of my friends, maybe for even a little bit myself, the vibes are a little mucky, a little yucky, a little upsetting to see or hear about. But that being said, just overall, my day was good. I'm happy about it. I got a smile on my face. But yeah, definitely a super cold one. We started off in the single digits again, and I was like, whew, that's rough. Gotta go to work though. So here we go. And talking about that, I've said it a little bit offhand, but it is Martin Luther King Day as well as the Inauguration Day, which we're going to talk about in a bit. So happy MLK Day to you and yours, everyone around. Just because it's worth remembering, that people do put their lives on the line and they do go out of their way to try to make the world better. And you can do something. So, if anything, if that's a takeaway from MLK, I mean, obviously there's a whole, black aspect and focus there. But I would say the general takeaway for anyone would be that. I would hope. I don't know. But anyway, let's see my day. Let's just get back to that. Terra Firma. Day was cold, but we go into work because, like I said, I'm getting time and a half. So hey, sorry I'm okay, but I gotta make this money. That being said, it was cool that at least it was off because it was very slow. It was such a slow day. I think I maybe did around an hour's worth of work, and then the rest of the day was just me sitting around in maintenance, just trying to stay warm. But yeah, overall it was fine. I will say the bummer for the day, outside of the vibes, was the fact that once again I couldn't play my little game. I couldn't play Marvel Snap. That's the game. So I'm literally just at lunch, at my break, just like, oh, what do I do? Just keep doodling on my phone. And I could have played like another game. I got Magic the Gathering. I would easily say that's probably my main game, or at least it was up until Marvel Snap took over. Or I could even play the Pokemon Pocket game. Like, I had options, but like, I don't know. I just didn't really feel like doing it. And plus, a little bit more of a time constraint, I feel like sometimes with, at least with Magic. So whatever. That's a little bit in the weeds, TMI probably, but whatever. You're in the mind of Mencia right now. Let's see. After work, which, like I said, overall was cool. It was nice and slow. We went to the gym. Gym went well. And here we are, podcasting, doing it. Let's see here. Is there any? Oh yeah, let me talk food. I gotta talk food. I almost forgot. Food corner last night was Korean fried chicken. We're so back. I got my packs like ready. Like I said, I was hoarding, and I still pretty much am. They had at the store last time I went to Kroger, buy one get one free. I was like, you got a BOGO deal? I'm down. Let's go. I missed y'all because they're just so hit and miss. So now I like am go like I'm gonna buy more if I need it. You know what I mean? So, I had the Korean fried chicken. Obviously, it was spicy, and then we had white rice and a couple of egg rolls. Turned out real well. Enjoyed it. It was nice. It was nice to be back. Let's see. Also, I got a report because I think I mentioned them in the previous episode. I got the pack of sour dots. Those are really good. Those are obnoxiously good. I'm a dots enjoyer, at least from when I was younger. But they're always a little plain to me. They're always like the little juju fruits or whatever, juicy. No, I think they were juju fruits, right? They were like always like kind of like super sticky type candies, but kind of almost like a very dull, boring flavor to them. Dots was always giving that, but I kind of liked them for some reason. But this just gives them that extra little kick, that little sour powder. So I'm fucking with them. I'm about halfway through the box, which I shouldn't be. Also, let's talk weight a little bit. It's crazy how much I be fluctuating my shit. I don't want to say it's worrying, but it annoys me. It's definitely annoying. It can be upsetting, definitely on days too. But I'm overall in a good mood about it. But just like saying, hey, Like I mentioned the other day, I was at 220. Now I'm back up to 225 just because I eat like a fucking pig. Like it's just so bad. But I mean, I don't take anything back. That brownie, I still have half of it left. It was divine. I still think about it. I think about her. Um, the dots, the sour dots. Like I almost threw them away, like on some like Lord of the Rings shit. I was like, oh, I should just get rid of you, and I couldn't. I couldn't throw that shit in the Mordor. I couldn't. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I like fruit maxed on accident, so now I have like at least two apples. I have a thing of raspberries. It's always go bad so fast. What the fuck is up with that? It's so annoying. And then I have oranges that I bought. I bought some fucking oranges because I couldn't find a good thing of oranges at Kroger. So I was like, I give up. But then when I went to fucking Jungle Gyms, they're like, yeah, we got big old oranges for you. Take them. And I'm like, all right, let's go. So now I have all this fruit. I'm fruit maxing. There's no way I'm eating all this fruit. I got fucking pretzels. There's too many snacks. There's too many good things in my house. And I just want to eat all the time. But anyway, what else is new? Sorry. All right, I'm done vlogging. I got that out of my system. Though I get the feeling this episode's going to be me blogging in a political sense. So, I mean, bear with me. Sorry's in advance. This is a lot of information to like get through. And like, I feel like I'm still decompressing it. I realized that as I was doing my research. So, I mean, like I said, this has been a big day for everybody. No matter whether you're happy that Donald Trump is back in the big way or not, whether you're happy for Trump 2.0 or not, like this is a big day for you, right? So, here we are at the precipice. So anyway, let's go ahead and do our startup and let's go ahead and try to just rip through this shit. How about that? Oh yeah, big gulps, big gulps. All right. So we're going to start just at the inaugural CBS News, 6 takeaways from Trump's inaugural address. I really don't want to stick on too much of any of this for too long. Really is just trying to hit highlights surely. So let's see if we can get through them. Also, if my, internet and everything holds, bear with me as I drag through. Let's see, just some talking points. Trump says that this is like going to be the golden age of America now. He talked a little bit about his assassination attempt. Blah blah. Yeah, like I said, we're not gonna go for these pound for pound. Yeah, he talks about renaming the Gulf of Mexico Mount Denali, which is going to change back to Mount McKinley. And the Gulf of Mexico is going to change to the Gulf of America, which we've talked about before. I'm not sure what's the name of the Panama Canal, but I guess that's something he's been working on. Even though it's like, bro, like this is all unnecessary and isn't going to do anything. Also talking about like our manifest destiny and like going to Mars, hence like the Elon Musk, which we're going to talk about in a quick second here too. Okay, actually, yeah, we can just talk about it now. Yeah, essentially, so Elon Musk then gets to taking the floor. And essentially just at one point decides to say, hey, I'm just going to do a couple of sea Kyles. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to mask off right now. Just why not? And like Glazers, big Elon Musk defenders are like, he has Asperger's. Nah, it's not what he meant. He didn't mean it like that, brother. He knows damn well what the fuck he means. He literally was interviewing a party leader in like the AFD who was just like, hey, we talked about the AFD on this fucking podcast before in Germany. Essentially like wannabe fascists. And I mean wannabe, I mean they just want to be in power. Like they already are. It's just essentially like they want to be in power, like the old days. And essentially, they don't really even have a fucking shot. But once again, Elon Musk is using his massive ass fucking platform like he did for Trump to, support and like, give a base to people like this. And it's like, yeah, I know he knows what he's doing. And I'm pretty sure everyone does because that was like pretty much all everyone at least that I follow, on my socials, has been talking about from the inauguration. I mean, before that, everyone was like mad that like Carrie Underwood performed. I think Snoop Dogg performed. I heard mentions of Nelly, and it's like, yeah, those things are bummers, but like. Yeah, entertainers are going to be fucking entertainers, and like I don't expect them to make great moral decisions. Like if you track Beyonce beat for beat, you're not going to be happy. Obviously with Jay-Z, we talked about that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry. Obviously Taylor Swift and, the private jets and the boyfriends. And so, yeah, no, I don't give a fuck about these entertainers. I give a fuck about these people who really do wind up fucking controlling the fucking world, because we literally have this guy as like our oligarch. You know what I mean? This is our Carnegie, which... Is it really Andrew Carnegie or whatever the fuck? I'm talking about the old fucking rich fuckers who were running the world back then. Like, Rockefeller and shit, John D. Rockefeller. Was it really Andy Carnegie? Because I called him Carnegie as a kid. Maybe that was just wrong. Maybe, but y'all know I can never get a name right. But anyway, we should talk about one fucker at a time. And, let's just skip past Elon. I mean, because that didn't surprise me. I know some people were all alight in a buzz about it. Like, I can't believe this happened. And it's like, yeah, man, that's the guy. That's who he is. He's been very much like this, like on his platform in general. If you just want to listen to it, it's there. But you can just la 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 la. I get it. I understand. I get wanting to turn the news off. I get wanting to not look at these motherfuckers and not being on their apps. I understand. Also, random thing, just it was very funny to see all these motherfuckers just squatted up, hanging out for the inauguration. You had Mark Zuckerberg, who I just heard, and maybe I might be wrong about this because I literally got this through just talking to a friend, so I haven't like confirmed or verified it or anything like that. But it might be looking like you can't block Donald Trump or JD Vance. Maybe I'm wrong there. I don't know. That would be crazy if true, right? But I mean, we've heard crazier things. I mean, literally, have you been on X where like it's just like an upside down world where it's like, hey, I'm censoring you, but this is also a platform for free speech. And it's like, huh? How does this work? It's like, hey, you can't say anything bad about me or I'll take your check mark away. Like, so there's no rules here. The rules are made by the people who want to benefit themselves. And like I said before, I'm not surprised by Mark Zuckerberg making any and all pivots for his own personal benefit, for his company's fucking benefit. Like, he's going to do that 1,000 times over. He does not care about you or I or, like, the legacy of his platform and all this fucking shit. Honestly, I'm surprised that this guy was even able to take off the dumbass AR goggles and finally realize that his company was slumping over his fucking dumbass genius and, like, go, hey, no, maybe, like, I should just stop trying to do this way and start trying to make fucking money and just go back to just like old school slimeball tactics, because this shit ain't working. VR, AR, it's not a thing. The Oculus is it's kind of honk shoe me wear. But anyway, I'm twirling and burning here over things that don't matter. He looked funny. Mark Zuckerberg looked like he was like at someone's like graduation, but it was Donald Trump's inauguration. Also, everyone keeps ranting about him on Joe Rogan. And it's like, yeah, man, he's a fucking nerd, bro. And meanwhile, you just have fucking Rogan talking about how cool Dana White is. Like, yeah, dude. Isn't that dude like pretty much his boss? Like, he's been glazing him for life. He just does that on autopilot. Anyway, let's talk about more Trump shit. Let's get back to things that matter, I guess. Let's see, from USA Today. In sweeping orders, Trump aims to remake federal policy on border, gender, climate change. So once again, we're going to read more highlights here. President Donald Trump. I'm so glad, though, not that I'm happy that he's in power. I don't have to say the elect thing or feel bad that I didn't say it. President Donald Trump signed dozens of executive actions Monday, including a massive pardon of almost everyone convicted in the January 6, 2021 attack on the U.S. Capitol, and a measure to stave off the shutdown of TikTok. Crazy that those are the two big headlines, right? Like, what a world that those are parallel, equal. I'm not saying like, oh, it makes you think. I'm just saying that's very funny to me. But yeah, like, once again, this is one of those things where I really had to read that shit 3 to 5 times for it to sink in. Because, like, when this shit happened, I was like, yeah, these guys really just tried to do Assassin's Creed on the Capitol. That's fucking insane. And, like, yeah, now these guys are all gonna go to jail, and like they're gonna, all go through the fucking process. And then you saw it, and like some of these motherfuckers did go to jail, and other motherfuckers just got off with like bullshit, whatever. It's just shit on your record, what have you. You're embarrassed, okay, fine. And I thought that shit was done, but it's like some kind of like literally like a animated movie or something. Like Trump is coming back and just like breaking open the vault and like just like opening the jails, and like these fucking freaks are coming out again, and it's like, okay, I guess, like, and it's like, I'm not surprised. No, I'm obviously not. But it's like one of those things where we've been watching this on and off in slow motion, right? So to see it finally opened up, it's just weird. It's just weird. Like, and let's see. I mean, we're going to be getting into it. I guess I can kind of already cover it now in the double back. But Enrique Tarrio, and then also Stuart Rhodes. So essentially, the leaders of the Proud Boys and Terrio, and then fucking IRL Star Wolf Stuart Rhodes with his goddamn eye patch, fucking budget snake, budget evil snake, aka leader of the Oath Keepers. They're back out. They're out, dude. So like once again, these are guys, these freaks who were like, yeah, no, we are doing a tactical thing here on this thing that was like, oh, it's a happenstance ass little thing. Oh, it was a peaceful thing. People just walking around, just chilling, just touring the ground. No, dude, like these are the people that made this shit bone chillingly real, and these guys are like back out, to do whatever the fuck they're gonna do. I don't know. But once again, he did more than just freeing up the January 6th people. Which I also am reminded of the J6 Choir, who is also free. Good for them. Maybe they'll take their show on the road. Anyway, let's continue. I should try to get through these highlights. Yeah, he issued the executive order on the TikTok ban. We'll see what unfurls there. And then update on my Marvel Snap situation. Okay, that's a pocket issue, but I feel like talking about it, and this is my podcast. This is my platform to do it. They said that it should be fixed in less than like 24 hours. So as of reading that from like PC Gamer. So chop TikTok, if you will, second dinner, fix this. I don't care if you have to go up and glaze Donald Trump personally. You fucking do it, okay? God damn it. Not that really this motherfucker probably has anything to do with any of this shit, really. He's just blustering. Which is why we don't know if this executive order is going to have any legs. Because there are Republicans, there's plenty of Republicans, and Democrats, of course, because, we've talked about this shit over time, that don't want to see TikTok be TikTok. So leading on this whole thing of like, it's a China app, it's an adversarial app, you have to get rid of it, you have to like make them divest, you have to make ByteDance divest. That could be a real issue. So I mean, this isn't over, just because we got TikTok back on and popping again, it doesn't mean that TikTok is going to be, happily ever after, the end. We'll see. And I've heard rumors. I don't even want to say said rumors on the pod, because I really hate when people get so online that they just believe anything they saw on TikTok. I've definitely almost reported on some things and just been glad that I hadn't. But, we will see what unfolds for TikTok in that regard. But yes, Donald Trump did hold true to that on not just January 6th, but also TikTok. So we'll move past those two highlights there. Trump to declare border emergency, send troops to the border. Trump is expected to sign nearly a dozen executive orders on border security and immigration under the auspices of a national border emergency. Incoming White House officials said early Monday that the president will order U.S. armed forces to repel forms of invasion at the U.S.-Mexico border, including illegal migration and drug trafficking. Also, the wall is back on, so that's crazy. I don't know why I didn't think he wouldn't go right back to it, but yeah, of course, we're gonna get right back to Fortnite. Let's go see how that goes. Trump is also declaring a national energy emergency. I guess I suppose I should touch on that a little bit more though, but just because with the immigration thing. Obviously, that to me is something that is a big concern, just because, I mean, we're talking about ICE being now fully bolstered, reinforced. We don't know how that's going to fucking go in terms of like how they are going to be. I mean, you kind of think the worst in terms of the raids, and and all that fucking shit. My heart and my condolences go out to anyone who has those fears and concerns and has to really deal with that fucking bullshit, has to deal with being separated from your family, has to deal with being, hurled back to a reality that, like, in a place that you shouldn't be at this point. You're here. Like, you should be considered an American in my mind. I'm sorry. What about all the criminals? I don't fucking care, dude. Like, it's like people really just think like, oh, I got the fucking lucky dice roll, so guess what, I'm an American and you're not. Boo, get the fuck out of here. Like, that's crazy sentiments, especially in America. Like, we were literally founded on immigrants, and people want to be like, yeah, but the immigrants that do it the right way. Like, it doesn't say that. We don't sing shit like that. So why are we moving and acting like that? Like, fucking xenophobia, that's why. Because you have a reason to, and it makes you feel safer or better. It makes you sleep better, because it's like, oh, we're solving that problem, so we don't have to worry about any of my fucking real ills or whatever. But anyway, let's talk about national energy emergency that Trump is declaring. Typically, when a president declares a national emergency, certain statutory powers become available that were not before, according to research by Brennan Center. Previous presidential emergencies have included natural disasters, maritime issues, security concerns, and public health emergencies. So yeah, I mean, essentially he's doing this to kind of do carte blanche to, like, do Jill baby drill whenever I need to. I don't know, maybe glide around some of the things that, like, Biden thought was ironclad when he was, like, I don't know, doing some fucking liberal progressive shit. I don't fucking know. We'll see how it goes. But yes, I'm assuming that he's going to get what he wants in this regard. So he's just using the jargon and, waving the presidential wand to try to make it happen. We are leaving the Paris Climate Agreement for the second time. That's right, two-time to leave the Paris. It's so cringe. It's so cringe that we all knew this was going to happen. That internationally, everyone was just clenching their fucking butthole for, like, Trump to do this, and so America to literally just say, hey, oh my God, we're back against psych. We're fucking gone. I hate this shit. 2 middle fingers. Go fuck yourself. It's a joke. It's a joke, dude. And then, like, all the while, we are just fucking liquefying ourselves. Like, the earth is literally going to, like, turn into, like, angry Moana thing, like Guardian, and just, like, swallow us whole. We're gonna be praying for fucking Elon Musk to send us to Mars, I guess, is the fucking plan. So I can be a space slave at your local McDonald's. I don't know what the op is. It's something like that, I'm sure. Let's scroll ahead. Federal employees required to return to work in person. So I love that. Essentially, you're on a government job. None of that work from home shit. To get your laptop, get back to the office. I'm just gonna summarize it that way. Trump revokes Biden order aimed at cutting prescription drug costs. This is maximum petty. Like, this is something that Biden had been working on. And essentially he's just saying, no, I'm going to scrap it. And either he's going to come up with something that's pretty similar, or he's just not going to come up with something at all. I probably lean towards the latter. But yeah, he's just like, fuck it. Like, I know this is something that was benefiting America, but, like, it's not benefiting America in the way that I think it should. So fuck that. So I love that. Then male and female only. Trump will declare that the federal government only recognizes 2 sexes, male and female. In a move, an incoming White House official described as restoring sanity. Fucking fuck yourself. Like, this shit is dumb as fuck. Entertaining this shit is some of the more important shit that I hate from Trump, obviously, alongside the deportation, immigration, racial shit that he likes to stir. But it's just populist shit. He always will be so good at doing this shit and just pushing these buttons. And there was always going to be a crowd of loud, angry people to be happy to hear it. And that's the fucked up part about it. You know what I mean? Is that you and I have to be arm in arm, left and right to people like that. It's frustrating as fuck, dude. And it's frustrating fuck is that is a generally, like, prevailing sentiment throughout all of the branches of government at this point. Once again, not to paint Democrats as some fucking liberal bastion actually doing any kind of real job or defense of any of our civil, fucking rights. No, I'm not. I'm not going to give them that fucking credit or kudos. I'm just saying conservatives are really good at making it their whole spiel of trying to fucking chip away at that shit and take that away from people. And this is just one of those examples of it. And you could say, oh, no, this is a science thing, Isaiah. Oh, no, it's just simple logic stuff, bro. Like, come on, you're just being a little extra here. Go fuck yourself if you really think that. Like, just go fucking suck yourself off. Like, that's bullshit. You know it is. You know it is. This is just some shit because you don't want to take the effort to learn or get to know someone who is different from you. And you don't want to be next to them. You don't even have to see or think about it because it makes you feel uncomfortable or weird. It's just some weird thing that you can't grasp, and that's not my fucking problem, bro. So, no, like, you're being dumb. And it's like, what about the children? What about the children? It's going to confuse them. Okay, dude. Just work that out yourself, not me. Let's see here. Like I said, we talked about the new names, and we can go ahead and move on. Yeah, we talked about the Proud Boys. We did that. Okay. Moving on from the Associated Press. Associated, the AP, if you will. Senate confirms Marco Rubio as Secretary of State, giving Trump the first member of his cabinet. 99-0, by the way. Everyone fucks with Marco Rubio, and it makes me fucking sick, dude. And, like, I love how media here is trying to, like, glaze, like, Democrats saying, like, oh, they're actually trying to be tactful here and, like, at least give Trump something because they know, like, hey, like, no, dude, he is going to rail against you and make you guys the butt of everything and all the world's ills at every chance and opportunity, period. Like, don't paint it this way. You guys like this dude. You like the cut of his jib. You like the way he walk. You like the way he squawk. And that's wild to me because he's an like if you truly believe any of this shit that you say, you know this guy's a piece of shit. Just like Trump, just like any of these motherfuckers, just like a Marjorie Taylor Greene. He just has a bit of a moderate streak to him. He's not as out and out wild about it. But at the end of the day, he goes on Fox News, he goes on any kind of pulpit and says the lines. So what? He's the same fucking guy. He's the same hawkish piece of shit to me. So yeah, no, boo, Marco Rubio, go fuck yourself. But yeah, obviously he got it. He was an easy pick. This isn't surprising at all. So, good for him. Congratulations. He is going to be replacing Anthony Blinken. So we're going to be seeing this guy in Israel, saying hey, I'm super happy that Israel's doing everything it can to defend itself. Blah, 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 blah. Is that really any different than what Anthony Blinken was doing? No. So I really don't care. I'm just saying I don't like Marco Rubio. Boo that man. Tomato, tomato, to motherfucking tomato. Anyway, we got to go back to pardons, actually. And you know what we also have to go back to? We have to go back to Biden. We have to go back to Biden. We have to talk about Biden again. Before we do, I'm going to take a water break. And then I'm gonna talk about a humbling moment for myself. And, maybe a bit of corrections because I have said this before. But I was yapping out loud about Trump doing back-to-back terms because I've said that before. And he's like, Isaiah, I don't think that's possible because you really only can do 2 terms and he's done a term before. And I'm like, yeah, but he didn't do them back-to-back. So, and so I Googled it because I wanted to see. I wanted to, see if he was right. And sure as shit, he is right. But also, I'm gonna, in my defense, I don't feel like I'm that wrong here because it's already been something that's been floated about in articles that Trump is probably, well, I don't want to say probably, but he has the potential to try to legally make some kind of amendment, some kind of change in the law to allow him to run again and get another term in, even though you're not supposed to get a 3rd term period. So I just want to say that for the record, I feel like my soul is right there that we're going to have this conversation in the future about him trying to, because he's literally said it before, like as a quote, like, you won't have to vote again. Come on. And I think what's a lesser evil there is if he just says, well, hey, come on, let me just try again. I'm not even saying I just automatically get it. That would be crazy. I'm not doing any kind of martial law. No. Just let me get another shot at 2. Let me get another shot at back-to-back, baby. Come on. I know you wanted America. I could see it. I could totally see it. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Anyway, let's go ahead and once again, back to Biden. B2B, baby. God damn it. We're never, and my dream didn't come true. He didn't like snap fade away into dust. He didn't menace to society fade away. So I'm already upset. It's actually a bad day. I take it back. Um, from USA Today, Biden preemptively pardons Fauci, Cheney, Milley to protect against Trump inquiries. Yeah, he's done a lot of little just last minute pardons. That's actually like the next thing we're gonna be covering too in a second. But hours before leaving office, President Joe Biden on Monday issued blanket preemptive pardons for potential targets of President-elect Donald Trump in an unprecedented move to shield some of the incoming president's top foes from criminal prosecution. Those given pardons include Anthony Fauci, former director of National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, retired General Mark Milley, former chairman of Joint Chiefs of Staff, and the lawmakers and staffers from the House committee that investigated the Capitol attack on January 6, 2021. Those lawmakers include former GOP representatives Liz Cheney of Wyoming, Adam Kinzinger. We're going to say Kinzinger of Illinois, and Senator Adam Schiff of California. And I know I heard at least one quote, but previously, I want to say this is like maybe a month or two ago, where Adam Schiff was like vehemently like, I don't want a pardon. I don't need one. Da, 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 da. I'm like, dude, I literally remember thinking, if it was me, bro, yeah, give me that fucking pardon. Yeah, I'm not saying shit. Thank you, whatever. Also, there was a coworker I listened to literally bitching about that. Like, why would they get a pardon if they have nothing, if they didn't do anything? Da 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 da. Like, they don't know the guy they fucking voted for. Like, it's like, just be real about it. Like, I hate a sore winner. You know, it's just weirdly, really lame behavior. You know why. You fucking know why. Like, and I think it is a constant, like, quest for justification for, once again, your guy to try to say, hey, I gotta villainize the other side as much as fucking possible. But to me, I'm like, no, this makes fucking perfect sense. You know how Trump is. You know he's not gonna play ball like you did. Also, fun thing I learned about. Apparently, presidents have this little cutesy little exchange where it's like them and the first lady and the future or the elect and the president elect and that first lady are supposed to sit down for coffee or tea, and then they, like, I think hop in a limo or whatever together, and then they do the transition. Like, that's supposed to happen on the day. But that didn't happen last time because Trump was such a fucking petty bitch and didn't want to admit that he fucking lost, so he didn't want to fucking participate in that at all. So I love that. Once again, these are the same kind of people who have the same kind of energy as this guy. So I'm not surprised to hear that shit. Obviously, I didn't want to fucking pipe up. I know when to choose my fucking battles. But yeah, dude, I just thought that was fucking funny to me that people were like so mad that like Biden issued these out. He also issued a pardon. Yeah, because I don't really want to get too deep into the details here. I mean, all those people you can say matter and are worth talking about. But I want to move on to the next beat here. But Biden sparks outrage with last-minute commutation of man convicted of killing FBI agents. President Joe Biden has sparked outrage after commuting the sentence of Leonard Peltier in a last-minute move before leaving office Monday. Peltier, 80, has spent nearly 50 years in prison after being convicted of a murder of 2 FBI agents on South Dakota's Pine Ridge Reservation in 1975. He also escaped from federal prison in 1979 while serving his sentence for the 2 murders and had 5 years tacked onto his sentence. Peltier, a prominent Native American activist before his arrest, has always proclaimed his innocence in the crime. It's also worth mentioning, too, that Biden pardoned 5 members of his family, including his brother James Biden, a target of congressional Republicans. Now, I would really love to spend more time on Peltier. I think it's interesting, but I really want to say that I don't know anything outside of this article on it. But, I mean, I personally think all of these pardons are fine. They don't bother me in that regard, especially in the face of, like, yeah, Donald Trump really can't say shit. He literally just pardoned 1,500 people, some of which definitely, like, assaulted police. And he's like, I mean, hey, like, they spent enough time in jail, and like, what about people who are doing murders and they're only getting out in 2 years? Like, shut up, just shut up then. Like, what are we talking about? A president is going to do a thing like this, and in my mind, you can say, for one reason or another, Biden is doing something like this for points, clearly. Dude is 80 years old. He spent so much time in fucking prison, and you're just like, yeah, okay, I can let this guy out and I get fucking points for it. Sure, I'll do it. But there are people who are mad about it. They are upset about it. Like, this guy killed FBI agents. Like, he should be vaporized. Like, they want the worst for this guy. But I mean, there is that angle, and I mean, you can say every person who goes through the legal system says, well, I'm innocent, da 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 da. But that's why I'm saying I don't know anything outside of what I've read here. And I mean, maybe there are things in this case that show to that effect. So anyway, I feel like that's all worth mentioning. And I feel like, hey, yeah, crazy that for Biden, that this is his quote unquote, like, balancing of the scales for, once again, his legacy, that he just was going to pardon like crazy, but then also do the thing of like saying, hey, I'm going to protect my own against Trump. And once again, I don't think he's crazy for doing that. Like, I remember once again that the coworker, he was just like, yeah, like, what do they have to hide? You know what is going to happen here. And like, I guess, let me roll it out for you. Maybe Trump is an actual normal-ish type of person about this and doesn't pursue these people. He doesn't go after the Jack Smiths. He doesn't go after, Biden's family in any way, shape, or form. He doesn't go after anyone who looked at him wrong, politically, and had an effect on his fucking, chance at this, or did something that people are saying that's like, oh, you should go after this guy. Like, let's say he's normal about it. Well, once those approval ratings start to drop, he's probably going to do the same thing he did in his first term, where he goes, hey, remember when you guys were so mad at like Hillary Clinton? I'm actually going to go for her. We need to actually dust that shit off and go after it. Because he said he was going to, but then he didn't really do anything for about a fucking year. And then he actually about faces and goes, oh, maybe I should do something. You know what I mean? So, I mean, we'll see how this shit goes, but I have no doubt that Kash Patel, who is probably going to get the spot, is probably going to be just an intrinsic, fucking attack dog for Trump. Trump's not going to even have to ask. He already knows what Trump wants. So, I mean, we'll see. We shall see if it was right or wrong to do so. But once again, I don't fucking care. I don't. I do kind of wish more people were just out of prison, man. Call me crazy. Anyway, let's close it out. What an episode. Also, I'm reading my thing and I just shuddered. It's like 8 degrees outside. That's crazy. It's winter for real, for real. But yeah, let's last break. Hooey. My dear listeners, my dear listeners. From ABC News. Costco's unionized workers vote to authorize nationwide strike. Can I get a let's go? All right. Teamsters union members working at Costco wholesale locations across the country voted to authorize a strike on Sunday, with more than 85 members in favor of hitting the picket lines. The union represents more than 18,000 Costco employees nationally. Our members have spoken loud and clear. Costco must deliver a fair contract or they'll be held accountable. Teamsters General President Sean M. O'Brien said in a press release Sunday. From day one, we told Costco that our members won't work a day past January 31st without a historic, industry-leading agreement. Costco's greedy executives have less than 2 weeks to do the right thing. If they refuse, they'll have no one to blame but themselves when our members go on strike. The union says fair wages and benefits are the catalyst for the strike. According to the union, the wholesale giant recently reported $254 billion in annual revenue and $7.4 billion in net profits, which marked a 135% increase since 2018. Yet with those record gains, the company refuses to meet the Teamsters' demand for fair wages and benefits that reflect the company's enormous success, the union said. And I agree. I fucking agree. I think Costco has always been like a very big chain in the retail department or whatever the fuck you want to call it. They've just been so fucking popular. Like, there's literally so many like influencers and people who have made their brand off of people who enjoy Costco. Like, you don't see that shit for Walmart. You know what I mean? You don't see that shit for Amazon. You know what I mean? You're having natural, organic marketing for your fucking brand, for your fucking company, your store. Like, motherfuckers kill for that shit. So I know Costco's doing good. I know it's like a random, like, well, that's not necessarily like, you know, it's anecdotal or whatever, but I'm just saying, like, it's also proof is in the pudding. You can just look at the fucking numbers and see that shit. I'm not surprised that you have Costco saying, hey, yeah, you guys are making enough money. And it's like, no. You guys are making more than enough money, and we all should be making more money. Period. Just period. Like, you guys are going to keep making more money, even if you meet our demands, even if you come and fucking negotiate with us. But you're like, but we would make less, more money, don't you see? And that's just bad business. So we don't want to do that. We want to fight you over that. Even though you are the reason that we are making this money. We need you. If we don't have people working this store, then what are we going to do? But sadly, these companies also know, like any company that isn't unionized or, you know, have, you know, pockets of unions, however it kind of is, because you know how Amazon isn't a whole thing. Costco, I kind of imagine, probably has non-union. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong there. Let me not get in the weeds about that. But essentially, you know that without a union, you could just be like, well, we could replace you guys with anyone and anybody. We could have temp services come through. We could do whatever. But because we have to do the right thing by you guys, you people, you unions, well, okay, I guess, you know, maybe we'll try to come to the table. Maybe we won't, which is crazy, right? It's crazy you have this, like, constant struggle over it, even though it's like, hey, we fought for our right to be here. Now we're here. Like, come negotiate with us. Okay, we'll see. And then you just get played hardball with or whatever the fuck. But we'll see. I'm excited to at least see this. You know, I don't really want to dwell too much on the negative about where we're at, how things are. You know, I'm rooting for this. Hopefully this is something that's going to bear good fruit for Costco employees. Because, I mean, if it's good for them, it's going to be good for everybody. That's the way I view shit like this, moments like this. And hey, I'm not rooting for a strike. I'm rooting for a resolution, baby. Hopefully Costco sees, hey, this is a declaration. We need to kick it into overdrive and talk with these people. Come to a conclusion. Come to a compromise. You know what I mean? That's what you should do, right? Goddamn. Or you say, no, let the dice roll. Let's lose money. Go for it. Go for it. Anyway, that's where we're at for the day. A bit of a longer episode, but I like it. I think it was a good one. I enjoyed it. It was nice talking about everything that's just happened today, at least that I know of. I'm sure there's going to be more to report in the future. But yeah, we'll leave that for tomorrow, no? All right. If you'd like to help out, support the effort, I do have a Patreon. Patreon.com/IsaiahNews. Become a newsie today. Free ways to hit me up, IsaiahNews1@gmail.com. Feel free to follow me or the podcast on any of the socials. And subscribe to the YouTube. That's a free option. That's really helpful. Leave a like, leave a cool comment, and feel free to do that on Spotify and any other platform that you're on. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks so much for being a friend, and hopefully I see you soon for some more good news. I love ya. Bye-bye. Mwah.